Okay, so what did your son call you?
My son last night, said one of the most outrageous things he's ever told me in my life. And it made me so furious. And I said, don't you ever call me that ever again. So he sits me down. He says, Daddy, from now on, I'm going to call you Dad. And I'm going to call you Mommy, Mom.
How old?
This kid is 4 years old.
4?
Okay? This is the kid that I wrestle with, that I give piggyback rides, who when he falls down on his bike, Daddy picks him up and comforts him and says, it's going to be okay. He
wants to be a big boy now.
Oh, I know, but he's not a big boy. Okay? And so I mean, it was like a 15-minute debate, Amanda. We got into it.
So,
and I said, buddy, you are 4 years old. You are going to continue to call us Daddy and Mommy. If you want us to respond, then I will not respond to Dad. If you say Dad, if you need something and you say Dad, I'm not going to be listening. And he was intent on winning this argument. 4 years old.
Okay.
And I was like, where are you learning this garbage from?
Did you get
Who's
an answer
teaching you that it's okay to call me Dad?
Did you ask him why?
He didn't have. He's 4 years old. He didn't think this thing through.
Okay.
He just thinks that that's what you do. Because he's probably watching it on TV, or maybe some kids at school are calling their parents Dad.
He wasn't able to pinpoint how he arrived at this.
No,
I'm going to call you
thinks
Dad
it's
now
cool.
decision.
He's 4 years old. He thinks, hey, this is a cool name.
Okay.
You know.
I'm a big
and
boy.
so I was like, come on, son, we're going to go into the bathroom and wash your mouth out with soap for calling me Dad.
Oh,
I'm
stop.
I'm kidding.
Well,
but seriously, what I explained to him is that if you want me to give you piggyback rides, if you want me to buy you treats, if you want me to tell you bedtime stories, if you want me to lay in with you in bed, then that's what daddies do. Okay? You call me Daddy. I'm not right. My kids are 4 and 7.
Yeah.
They're still going to call me Daddy. My baby girl, 1 year old. Oh my gosh, she calls me Dad. This is how she calls me Dad. Daddy!
Yeah.
Daddy!
And she never
Daddy! And she doesn't stop until I respond. Daddy!
Hey. Well, at what age are you okay with them calling you Dad?
I told him, buddy, if you're really intent on calling me Dad, then we'll talk about it when you're 10 years old.
10.
When you're 10 years
that's
old,
the threshold.
maybe you can call me Dad. What do you think is the right age to let your kids start calling you Dad or Mom?
Well, I don't think you can let them call you anything. I mean, unless it's
oh, yes, you can.
Verbally abusive. Like, wait until they call you dude.
Dude,
I lost my mind
gosh.
when my 12-year-old son, Andy, we were talking. I was like, probably telling him, you need to clean your room. You need to go mow the lawn. Come on. You got towels on the floor again. What are you doing? Pick up your clothes. Dude, relax.
Oh, my God.
Oh!
And then what happened after you smacked him?
Listen, let me just help you. In every relationship you ever will have in your future for a woman, the last thing you ever tell a woman to do, especially your mother or your wife, is to chill and relax.
Right.
Because we will do the absolute opposite thing, which you are now experiencing for calling me dude.
Yeah.
My children never called me mommy.
Are you okay with your microphone?
I know
I feel like it just keeps drooping.
It's falling.
Dude, what are you going to do with your mic?
Sorry.
Dude, what's wrong with your mic?
It's fixed now. They call me Mama.
Oh, I love that.
Mama. And they still call me Mama.
That's kind of like a Southern thing, right?
Yeah, because I had my first daughter, Emily. She's 15 now. I had her in Houston, Texas. I lived there for 8 years until we moved. And Mom, she was the oldest, so Mama just stuck. And it melts me when they call me Mama. And they know it. They know exactly, like the ice cream truck pulls down the street and they hear the ice cream truck, even though they're like teenagers and tweens right now. They'll be like, Mama, can we have some ice cream? I'm like, sure. Whenever they want me to buy them something, or order something on Amazon for them, then Mama is the term that they go to. But I think by the time they're 10, 11, 12, I think that's good. Because otherwise it's weird.
If they start calling me Dad, what do I do?
That's just okay. They need to be free to do whatever they want, what they feel comfortable with. Part of me feels like if you didn't make a big deal out of it, it probably wouldn't stick. It's not sticking because as he continued the conversation, he still called me Daddy. It was like, Daddy, I want to call you Dad, but you're calling me Daddy right now. It's the same thing when I'm preparing for when my teenage daughter decides to date a guy that I don't like, because I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, right.
Because if I tell her how much I don't like this guy and she's not supposed to be with him, then what is she going to do? She's going to go be with him.
Kevin on Facebook said this: I honestly do not believe it matters. What does matter is you being a man who represents Christ to your children. Of course, obviously, yes. These are their formative years, and encouraging them to follow Jesus is far more important than if they call you dad or daddy or mommy. Thanks, Captain Obvious. Yes.
No, he's right.
I mean, of course. Yes. The biggest this year, January. I forget which. I think it was January 2nd. Levi and Noah both accepted Jesus into their hearts. It was an incredibly memorable day. Oh my gosh, just so I feel like my job is finished as a dad. Like I have accomplished what God called me to do. Of course, there's more work to do.
Now you got to keep them.
But I still want. I mean, daddy and mommy is so endearing. We want our babies to be babies forever, right? And I feel like as long as they keep calling me daddy and mommy, they're still little. They're still my precious children. When they start calling us dad and mom, oh my gosh. Put on the brakes. They're growing up too fast. Gotta slow it down.
Yeah. I think Kevin does bring up a really good point when you think about it, that their concept of God is based on their concept of their relationship with you.
Yes.
And if they have that close relationship and they're like, okay, I can say anything. I can say, hey, I'm thinking about calling you dad. Nobody's going to freak out and you're going to accept and love them. You know, that is our job, is to be an example of God's love.
Right.
No matter what goes down in their life.
Absolutely.
No matter if they call you dude. Because that will happen.
Oh my gosh. No,
it will happen.
And then you will never see my kids ever again.
It's not a fun
They
time.
will not see the light of day.
And it will happen when they slam their door and they tell you that they hate you. That's a really hard time too.
So what do you think is the right age then? That you think it'd be okay? You say right now they can call me dad.
I think whenever they're ready. Because they'll go back and forth between it.
You think so?
I remember in college, I all of a sudden transferred and changed to calling my dad daddy. It's because I wanted him to buy me a car.
Right, exactly.
Unfortunately, at some point, they'll start using mommy and daddy to manipulate you. Otherwise, just don't make a big deal out of it. If we make a big deal out of things, then...
Right, I'm not making a big deal about it. I'm just not going to tolerate it.
That's awesome. Well,
I'm just saying, hey, what do I get out of this relationship, okay? I'm like providing everything for them. Bedtime stories, piggyback rides, wrestling matches. I go outside and jump on the trampoline with them. I take them swimming. All of this stuff. Is it too much to ask that you just call me daddy? Really? Come on. I don't ask for much. All I want is for you to call me daddy.
I hear you. Well, it was because you are one of the most committed family men I've ever met in my life. Because really what you want to do, you exist for your family, to support your family, and do the best you can for your kids. And you're so involved. I get it. I understand. And I do. I want my kids to call me mama.
Yes.
What are we talking about for the show tomorrow?
That.
And we're going to talk about daddy. We'd love for you to weigh in.
Oh my gosh, we got a listener who we want to talk about. She's got a dilemma with her in-laws. Ooh. And it's kind of an issue between her in-laws and her husband. And so we're looking for your advice. So tune in and help us figure out this problem. She's wanting our help.
I think we should make that tomorrow's video discussion as well. I can't tell you. I don't want to tell you the scenario yet, but we will unveil it.
And I think Amanda and I disagree on what our advice would be. She thinks this should be the solution. I think it should be a different solution.
So we'd love to have you weigh in. We call it Ask Amanda and Matt, but it's really to ask you, our Fish family. We love to help everyone's relationships. I also want to talk more about teachers. What else is on the list? I can't read that. Oh, the trunk conversation. Messy trunks.
Yes.
My boyfriend Sean took a heavy bag into my trunk, and they opened up my trunk. My car is very clean, except my trunk is sort of a disaster. He's like, babe, we should really clean out this trunk. And I was like, no. It's like, this is my car. Let me be me.
Right. As long as you're happy with it. It's about you being happy.
I've got, everything I need. I've got blankets. I've got foldable chairs for baseball games. I got a bleacher seat in there for volleyball games. Right. I've got jumper cables. I've got a pump just in case somebody's ball goes flat or bike tire goes flat. I've got a first aid kit. I've got a coat. for some reason.
It's 94 degrees out today and you got a coat. You never know when there might be a little breeze or you might be in a cold movie theater. It's true.
You might go to Tahoe and all of a sudden it's cold. And I've got
spur of the moment trip to Tahoe. Thank God I have my coat in my trunk.
See,
now you're freezing because you don't have that. I came prepared.
Aren't you glad I didn't clean out my trunk?
Right, exactly.
I would like to know the craziest thing that you would admit to having in your trunk.
The craziest thing.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm always getting rid of crap from our house. So my trunk is usually full of stuff that we're getting rid of on a daily basis. Like before I leave the house, it's like, babe, can you take this? Sure. So I'm always got crap in my trunk. You never actually
drop it off?
No, I do, but it just gets refilled again. We have kids, so like we're accumulating stuff and we're getting rid of stuff. We're gaining stuff, we're getting rid of stuff. It's a constant, yeah. So if you ever see me parked somewhere and you need something, I got stuff. Amanda and I both have.
Come and see us.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We will
I'm
take
willing
care
to
of
donate stuff. You know what? That does happen. Like I was at giving away groceries and I just had some extra like baby stuff.
Yeah.
And I just asked people in line, hey, you need this? You need this? I just had it in my trunk. I wasn't going to take it to the Goodwill, but hey, maybe you need it. And people need it. They're like, oh, that's great. Yeah. I just had a granddaughter. I need some of these clothes.
Speaking of, I have a box of Barbies. And
really?
Barbie toys in my trunk. See, if Ruby would like them.
Who needs Craigslist and Marketplace? We're just going to create our own trunk space or trunk list.
Right? No problem. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching our live. I think we need a name for our new post show live. How about this? Could you vote for it? Like the Morning Catch. What do you think about that name for this video series?
Right.
You're so thrilled. Okay.
Well, there are just so many names with everything that I'm going to need a notebook to keep track. What do we call this?
What do we call this?
What do we call this? Wait a second. What's this?
This is the Morning Catch with Amanda and Matt. You start your day with the video.
Sure. The Morning Catch. I like it.
Thanks for watching.
Fresh, it's not stinky.
Catch fish on the fish.
Oh, I get it.
Do you get it?
I get it. We're the fish. Catch. I see what you tried to do there. Right.
Okay.
Smart. We have some clever people around here,
everybody. Because I had to explain it, it maybe doesn't work so much.
Morning Catch.
Yeah. All right, have a fantastic Wednesday, and we would love to have you join us on your way into work Thursday morning, 6 to 10 a.m., and then even when you get to the office, tune in on Facebook or Alexa.
Hey, God bless you. We're praying for you, and thank you so much for being part of our family. We sincerely do love you and appreciate you.
We love our fish family.
Especially you, Kevin.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. Okay. I think we're all done here.